Stampers, this is Trevis. Welcome to Video Tuesday. So today what we're going to be making is an sweet ice cream card. And I'm happy to say that the sweet ice cream bundle has carried over to the big catalog. It's still available anyway in the mini catalog, but happy to say that it's going to be carried over even longer because it's in the big catalog. So this is a photopolymer set that has all of these adorable stamps in it. I especially like the sayings in this set and the way that they are written. Okay, the happy birthday I use a lot, and then all of these stamps. So we have popsicles, ice cream, obviously ice cream cone, 18 stamps. It also comes with a coordinating punch. So you wouldn't have to get the punch, but why wouldn't you? Because it's a bundle. So the ice cream cone is the second half of the bundle. So let's get started. We're going to make a cute card today. I'm going to walk you through a few things that I've did in advance because I am going to use a Stamparatus and that takes a little bit of time. So I'm just going to talk about what I did in advance. Okay, so let's get started. I am using fresh freesia cardstock. I'm using 3 of the in colors. Actually, I'm using polished pink. These are the brand new in colors. Polished pink, fresh freesia, and pale papaya. So these 3 colors I love. And so we have the markers, we have the cardstock, obviously, and the stamp pads. We also have the blend markers. So everything coordinates well together. Okay, and the paper that I'm going to be using today is actually from a different suite. This is from the Pansy suite. So the Pansy Petals Designer Series paper is the paper that I'm going to be using today. Oh, it's so cute. And has all these colors in it. The other side is gingham. So that's the fresh freesia gingham on the other side. I love that our paper is dual-sided and nice and thick and heavy duty. So what I did was I took a piece of half a sheet of fresh freesia, and this was 5.5 by 8.5, and I folded it in half, and then I folded it back. So and I folded it back like that. I added a piece of Designer Series paper, this piece on this side, and this is 2 by 5.25. So I went ahead and I glued that down. And then I used my layering circle die, which is carried over. And happy to say these are in the big catalog still. Some of them retired, but the circles are still available. And so I put that on here, and then I ran it through the cut and emboss. So you have to run it through about 3 or 4 times because you are cutting through 2 pieces of cardstock and a piece of Designer Series paper. So that's a lot of cutting. And I did run it through 3 or 4 times to get that circle to cut out. All right. But what happens is it made this cute circle like that. Okay. Then I cut out an extra one out of pale papaya, and that is to go on here. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my Designer Series paper on the inside of my card. So this is 4 by 5.25. And I'm going to add that on the inside of my card. Just like that. Okay, so now I have not a plain card, but a darling card. And then I'm going to do a little stamping on here first, and then I'm going to add that to the inside of the circle. So one of the stamps that's in this set is the sprinkles. There's sprinkles, and then there's dots, little tiny sprinkles. I'm going to go ahead and use that. I'm going to do tone on tone. I'm going to use pale papaya ink. And I'm going to stamp the little tiny sprinkles all around. So if you have a Versamark, that would also work. If you want to do tone on tone and you don't have the stamp pad, you can do Versamark. And that will do the same thing. All right. So now, I'll close that. I don't think I'm done with pale papaya, but I have these 2 colors to use. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is go ahead and then put this inside my card. I find it's easier to do this way instead of misplacing this circle on my table. So I'm just going to lay that inside the card. Okay, now I am going to go ahead and stamp my ice cream cones. To do this, I'm going to use my Stamparatus. So as I showed you, the punch, and I've showed this technique before, maybe you missed it. So this punch is set up this way, and it's, you can stamp these separate. You could stamp the ice cream cone and, the ice cream and the cone separately, punch them out, kind of waste some cardstock, but this is easier. So you make a template. I made a template. I punched it out of black cardstock, and I made a template so that I know when I put my cardstock in like this, okay, now I can stamp on the white cardstock, and it'll line up perfectly when I go to punch it through my cone punch. Okay, so the first color I'm going to use is the pink, Positively Pink, and I'm going to go ahead and ink that up, and I'm going to stamp it right in that ice cream template. Okay, I hope you can't see my head in the way. All right, and then I'm going to stamp the ice cream cone, and I'm going to use crumb cake for the cone. Okay. And then I'm going to use soft suede for the crisscrosses in the cone. How cute is that? That this stamp actually makes the cone so adorable and look real. Like a waffle cone, kind of, I guess I would call it. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp that in there. All right. Now, take this loose, and you can see how perfectly this is going to, I'm going to cut my cardstock because I used a big piece of cardstock. I'm going to insert this in here like this, line it up, and I can't see that well because I'm push. And now I have my ice cream. Okay, how cute is that? I have a little piece of cardstock right here I'm going to use to make one more cone. One more ice cream. I'm kind of making sherbet, I guess you would call it. So I'm going to go ahead and clean my stamp because I'm going to go to another color. So I want to use my chamois. Clean off my stamp, and now I'm going to use fresh freesia ink. Okay, I'm going to punch that out also. So I'm going to make a double scoop. I don't need another cone. All I need is another scoop of ice cream. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this onto my card. Put a little adhesive on the cone. I am going to put some dimensionals on the ice cream. I'm going to put 2 on each because I want them to layer nicely. So this will be my first one. I'm going to put the strawberry. Would that be strawberry sherbet? I think it would be. Strawberry? Cherry? I don't know. I love sherbet, but I don't buy it very often. And then I'm going to do the fresh freesia on top. Like that. Okay. And then I'm going to put... make this a happy birthday card. And so as I said, I love this happy birthday saying. And I have some strips of white cardstock. These are 1 inch. So I am going to go back and use my Positively Pink, Positively Polished. Where am I getting positive? I think Positively was an old color we had. And I'm going to stamp this on here. And then I'm going to stamp it one more time because I'm going to show you something pretty cute. Okay, so I have that done. Now I'm going to actually do I think I'll do I want to do a fishtail? No, I think I'll do it this way. Instead of a fishtail, I think I'll do it this way. Okay, and I'll do it this way. this way. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the happy off. So I have happy and happy birthday. I have some of my polished pink cardstock, and I'm just going to layer this on here. As you can see, I'm not really anal about these these little ends. People, some people are. Some people insist on using punches and all kinds of things, but I'm just like, nope. Not freaked out by that at all. I just snip, 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 and there it goes. After all, it's a handmade card. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to put happy right here. Okay, and then I want to put happy birthday on the inside. Okay, so I'm going to line that up just like that. Okay, so now it's happy birthday. Happy birthday. Now I'm going to go ahead and use some of these awesome Artistry Blooms adhesive back sequins. And as I told you before, they are not the matching exact colors, but guess what? They look fabulous when you use them. I'm going to use these three, and I'm just going to put some of these tiny little ones onto my ice cream cone. 3 different colors. And I think my card is finished. So there's our card today. I hope you enjoyed it. It's an interesting fold with a circle, kind of eye-catchy, and also I think the happy birthday makes me happy. So see you soon, and I hope you're enjoying the new catalog. If you don't have one and you're interested in one, you haven't made a purchase from me recently, I can certainly send you one this year. So just let me know. Thank you. Bye.